YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
Today we'll be talking about The Flash, and it will be for Wells. Harrison Wells.
Harrison Wells.
Dun dun dun!
We have a lot to say.
Yeah. Or it could just seem like a lot.
Yeah.
In our heads, and then when we say it
only ends up being like 20 or 30 minutes.
Or 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened before.
Depending on how in detail we go.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Definitely. So would you like to start us off?
I guess. Okay, well, we know that he's a scientist.
Yes.
And he works at Star Labs.
He is Star Labs,
and he created the particle accelerator, which is what caused all these metahumans to have abilities.
And gave Barry his abilities.
Yes. And Barry has always looked up to him because, you know, what he created, and he was really excited to get to meet him, and now he works with him because of his abilities.
Yeah.
So.
From day one, I didn't trust him.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I'm like, the moment we saw him, I'm like, he is not nice.
At the end of the pilot episode, he did something that was shady. Like, it was already mysterious.
He got up out of his wheelchair and walked to a terminal, taking off his glasses. It's like, wait a minute.
Yes.
One, even before you were in the wheelchair, you had the glasses. And now, you're in a wheelchair because the explosion happened, and you're now walking. There's a secret door that looks like
he has
a wall.
His own little chambers that he like puts his hand on, and it opens these doors, and it leads him into this room, and that's where he has all these secret
futuristic
things.
Computer thing that he talks to, and it talks back.
Gideon, I think it's his name.
Yeah, Gideon. Reminds me of Criminal Minds.
But yeah, as we've been watching the episodes, we've kind of been finding other videos that are like about theories that people think of what is going on with Wells, and you know, whether or not he's the Reverse Flash and things like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought that he was. We didn't think that at first because...
Well, I mean, I never said that he wasn't.
Yeah.
But, like, I've always had, like, this contingency. If he was, he'd be one of two
we
people.
Weren't sure.
Yeah.
We were kind of, like, speculating as to whether he was, you know, one of the versions of them, or he was, like, connected in a certain way to it, or...
If he's if he's Reverse Flash, then there's two versions of Reverse Flash I think he could be. One is Dr. Zoom. Not Zoom, Dr. Zoom.
Not Professor Zoom?
Yeah. No, not Zoom, but Professor Zoom.
Professor Zoom.
There is a difference. Can't quite remember what the difference is, but the difference made me say
If you want to know all the different versions of the Reverse Flash and the history of them, check out Emergency Awesome's video about the history of the Reverse Flash, because he talks in detail about each of them and which one he thinks Wells might be as well. So if you guys want to know that, then hit that video up on YouTube.
I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So he's either Professor Zoom, or I think he could possibly be Hunter Zolomon. Although, I could also make the Hunter Zolomon case for Eddie.
Yes.
But that's a whole different can of worms.
When we talk about Eddie when we do the Eddie video, we'll talk about that.
When is Eddie?
I think he is after Cisco. And Cisco's after Wells, so...
Okay, so in 2 weeks.
Yeah. We'll have a lot more information then, because the Flash comes back tomorrow.
Yeah. So we probably should have saved Wells. Damn it.
Whatever.
Okay.
Well, we still know a lot, and we can go off, like, things that have come out recently, too.
Yeah. And we're going to be doing, reviews for the shows now.
Yeah, we're going to start doing episode reviews for The Flash.
And Arrow.
So you can expect the Flash the same day as the Supernatural ones, which would be Wednesdays, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do Flash and Supernatural videos on Wednesdays. And on Thursdays, we're going to do the Arrow videos. Yeah. So, be on the lookout. So more about Wells. He pretends that I think he knows a lot more than he's letting on, and it's really hard to tell what he doesn't know and what he does.
Exactly.
I think he knew about Ronnie.
Oh yeah, I think he did too. I think he was just keeping it a secret.
I think he knows who the Reverse Flash is that killed Barry's mom. Barry's mom that killed Barry's mom. Yes. I don't think it was him, even though he is obviously a Reverse Flash.
We do know that he's from the future, though.
Yeah.
That we know. For sure.
He has to be.
He has to be.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah. So we do know that.
Either that or a future him is sending him information.
Yeah. Because everything that has happened, he has made sure that it's happened the way that it's supposed to happen. Yeah. Because it's going to benefit him in some way.
Yeah, because it benefits Barry in some way.
The only reason he's protecting him
is so that he can get his powers later in the future.
So that he can benefit himself.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I think he's Professor Zoom. Yeah. Because Professor Zoom was a fan, right? That's the. I think it was Professor Zoom that was the big fan, and he wanted to be just like the Flash.
Or was that Hunter Zolomon?
No, Hunter Zolomon was the cop that was best friends with the Flash.
Okay.
So he went back in time to help the Flash. He became evil, and he just wanted to make sure that the Flash did everything right so that he'd get his powers later in the future. So, that sound like anyone to you? Things get done specifically in a purpose that is outlined by a guy we hardly know.
Yeah. Well, they had. Should I start talking about the thing that came out about that? Okay. Well, I think it was last weekend or the weekend before. They had this Television Critics Association winter press tour thing, where they have a panel with the cast and the producers and stuff. Yeah. And Tom Cavanagh, who plays Wells, revealed at that panel that he is the man in the yellow suit.
Well, of course he can reveal that. They revealed that.
But he said that he's been so relieved to finally be able to talk about it now.
He's not the man that we saw in that episode.
But he did do the voice thing. The way that the Reverse Flash was talking, though, in that episode. At the end of it, he did the voice.
But every Flash villain, not every Flash villain, but every Flash can do that. I mean, Barry does it.
Yeah, but his voice sounds pretty much the same.
So they're related. The Flash we saw in this episode was too short and bulky.
I'm not saying that he's the one that was in the episode. I'm just saying that he said that. Okay. Like you said, he's one of the versions of the Reverse Flash. We just don't know which one. Yeah. Because there's a bunch of men in the yellow suit. He was saying that there's just one Reverse Flash. But
I'm the man in the yellow suit.
You can't really go off that because people can be, kind of cryptic.
Yeah.
And so
he said, I'm the man in the yellow suit. He didn't say there were two. He didn't say that.
But then he was like, there's only one Reverse Flash. That's what he said.
Okay.
Sure. I think you're trying to throw people off.
Right.
But anyway,
he has a flash ring.
He does.
Which is ironic.
Which is what he used to open the little doors that had the yellow suit on the mannequin.
So he could put the thingy on it, whatever the crap it was.
Yeah. But anyway, there's definitely a lot more that is going to be revealed. We don't know how he's connected to it, but we do know that he is. And so I'm excited to find out all this stuff that's going to happen in the back half with that.
Yeah.
Like, really excited.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from all the Barry and Iris stuff, I'm excited for what's going to happen with, like, the reveals and everything for the Reverse Flash and how Eddie's connected and everything, too.
Yeah.
Because, you know, his last name is Thawne. And that's not an accident.
No.
They said that his name is not an accident. So, he's connected, too.
Yep.
And we'll find that out in the back half.
Exactly.
So, but we'll give more of the reasons why we think Eddie is who he is in the video for him.
Here's one hint. Eobard Thawne, the person Eddie is framed after, is Professor Zoom.
But if Wells is Professor Zoom, how does that work?
They're mixing up the, I mean, Professor Zoom wasn't a, cop.
Yeah.
Eobard Thawne was not a cop.
Okay.
So, I mean, as far as I know, Eobard Thawne was not a cop.
I mean, we think that he's either like, even though this isn't the Eddie video, how do you think that him and Wells are connected to it? Like, how do you think? You think that he's working for him? Do you think that they're like collaborating together? Do you think that he's a relative? What do you think about that?
Well, Eddie doesn't really know much about the metahumans currently. He's learning.
Yeah.
So what I think is the future version of Eddie or like someone related to Eddie is working with Wells. And I think, I mean, there's some sort of possibility that Wells could be related to Eddie.
Yeah.
But I think Wells has met Eddie once or twice, and I haven't seen anything in there. I mean, besides the
And
last
you think
episode.
that Wells would know if they were?
If Wells
he's from
would
the future.
know. Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's just, like, that, Wells could be a friend of the family. I mean, you know, like, there's, like, these different ways that it could happen.
yeah.
I mean, the Rogues know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't different versions of the Reverse Flash know each other, too? I mean, there's time travel in a Flash reality.
Yeah. And there is going to be time travel in one of the upcoming episodes.
So if the Flash can time travel and we know Professor Zoom can time travel, then what's to keep all the other ones from time traveling and meeting each other?
Yeah.
I mean, the ones in the super far future know that the others existed.
Mm-hmm.
So why not go back in time and meet them?
Yeah.
Team up. Collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
That reminded me of a song. Anyways.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, I mean, because they said that, like, there's definitely more that's going to come out. Some of it's going to be really shocking, and it's going to be a big twist that we're not even going to expect. And so we don't really know which way they're going with it right now.
Yeah.
We're just kind of going off speculation and theories that we have and things that we've seen and what other people have said that know more about it. But yeah, that's what we think about it. So, but yeah, I don't trust Wells. I haven't trusted him from the start. And each episode, you know, at the very last scene, they always have some Wells thing, and it's always really mysterious, and it makes you think he's even more shady than before. And you know, so
it's like you watch that whole episode just to see what happens at the end.
Exactly.
It's like,
and then you're like,
reason,
what the?
Right?
You know?
It's like, for some reason, we haven't thought of the idea of just waiting for the last 5 minutes to turn the TV on.
Mm-hmm. Because I want to see all the other stuff.
There was that one episode where Barry lost his powers, and Wells spent a majority of the time in his secret room talking to Gideon, the computer. Search again! Barry Allen is not found in the history databanks.
He also in that episode, Barry got upset at him and called him out for his BS.
Mm-hmm.
And basically said, you're using us as pawns. And, you know, you're using us for your own gain.
Mm-hmm.
And you're being selfish. I mean, he apologized and everything at the end.
I don't think he needed to.
So he still trusts him.
Unfortunately.
But I think that as it goes on...
I think he trusts him, but he's not stupid about it anymore.
No, I think that he knows, like, what he's doing,
mm-hmm.
but he still has trust that he will do what he's supposed to do for him. Like, he still trusts him that he's going to help him become faster, and he's going to help him achieve his goals. Mm. But he doesn't necessarily trust him in other ways.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He said that he, like, still trusts him, like, with his life at this point, but...
That's a mistake.
I think he's gonna find out. I mean, I seriously, stuff is gonna go down. Like, really go down.
Like, big stuff.
In this last half of the season, it's just gonna be all hell's gonna break loose. And I can't wait for it.
Right?
It's gonna be epic.
I wish more teasers about what Wells is up to came out.
I know. Me too.
Like, they're playing Wells so close to the vest. It's not fun.
So close what?
To the vest.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's fun because you don't know what's going to happen next. But
see, when they do that, it makes you suspicious because they're keeping a lot of things secret that they don't want you to find out until the actual episodes air.
I know.
Because it's that good and that shocking that they don't want people to know. We didn't know that Barry was going to confess his feelings to Iris, okay? We didn't know that was going to happen.
I knew it would happen eventually.
Eventually, but we didn't think it was going to happen in the mid-season finale. You know, I mean, most people thought that the Flash, that his identity of him being the Flash was going to be revealed before his feelings were revealed.
I called feelings first, and I was right. Yo.
Well, I said I wanted that to happen first, so I called it too.
Yeah, we had that discussion of what we wanted to happen, what we think would happen.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. But that has nothing to do with Wells.
But anyway, yeah, like, it's almost like you look forward more to the Wells things than you do everything else. Even though everything else is awesome and you want to see it and it's exciting because he's fighting the rogues and he's dealing with new villains and all that stuff. The stuff with Wells is so intriguing because he's so mysterious and we don't know anything about him.
Yeah. We get the clips of seeing Barry and Iris and Eddie and Joe and Caitlin and
Barry
Cisco
dealing with the villains and
all
that
together dealing with what they deal with.
Yeah.
But the only time we ever see Wells is when he's helping Barry save something.
We don't usually get like an individual clip for the coming episode of Wells.
Yeah.
That's usually
we never get a clip of him in his room.
Yeah, that's usually saved for the end. Or when the episode airs. Everything else they'll like put a clip out of. It's like Barry fighting or Barry in Star Labs or whatever.
Look, Barry's running.
Yeah. Something like that.
Duh, Sherlock.
And so, yeah, all that stuff is usually kept secret until it airs. And it's almost like we're starting to find out more about Eddie too, because as he finds out more about the metahumans and who the Flash is and everything, then that's going to all come into play. His character is getting
more blossoming out.
That's going to come more into play. Because in the minute-long trailer that they released for the the next 3 episodes, there was like a really quick clip of Captain Singh and Eddie, and he was like, Captain Singh was like, I don't believe it. And Eddie's like, believe it. And it was like, they probably saw the Flash or something. And so, you know.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't Captain Singh believe it? His boyfriend is the Pied Piper.
Who we see in episode 11, actually.
And
he's actually going to work with Star Labs, apparently. I think.
Pied Piper's mean. He's evil.
He's going to work with Cisco. That's what it said. He's on like 11 and 12.
The Pied Piper is evil. He's evil. Fine. Maybe he'll be one of those guys that starts out good and ends up evil.
Maybe.
Or maybe he's just playing them for fools.
Maybe.
Discovers what he can do, and he's like, oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
And he's not making children or rats follow him. Just saying.
But yeah, like, I don't know. Whenever Wells says something, I'm like, you're lying, dude. I don't trust you.
Lying through your wheels.
Yeah.
Just call him Wheels from now on.
You call everybody in a wheelchair Wheels. She calls Artie on Glee Wheels, too.
Well, that's what everybody else called him in the first few seasons.
But they don't call him that now.
I know! And I don't call him that now. I learned his name. He had a name. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
And, I mean, it's not against anyone in a wheelchair. I have friends in wheelchairs. I don't call them Wheels.
I'm not saying you're like, making fun of them.
Yeah.
I'm just,
I mean, yeah. I don't call my friends Wheels when they're in wheelchairs. So. Just something I do to TV characters. Good lord! So, yeah, I think that's kind of... Did we touch on everything?
I think so.
It feels like we did.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
If you guys have any theories of what you think is going to happen in the coming episodes, please let us know. Because we would like to know what you think.
Yes.
I mean, we told you our theories, so you need to tell us yours.
Exactly. It's give and take. Come on.
That's what the comment section is for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Please give us your opinion.
Yes.
Give us your thoughts about what Reverse Flash you think he is, how he's connected to all of it, whether or not you think he was the one that killed his mom, like whatever. Just tell us what you think.
Yes.
We want to know. Please. We welcome that.
Yes. And tell us about other characters too. It doesn't just have to be related to Wells.
I mean, yeah, anything Flash related.
Yeah, like Eddie. Why is his last name Thawne? What's his connection to the family?
Exactly. And we know his connection to the family. He was adopted, but still. We'll put the link to that history of the Reverse Flash video in the description so that you guys can see it if you haven't already watched it.
Wouldn't that be really weird if he really was adopted into the Thawne family? Like the comics.
Yeah. It would be weird.
And
No! No! No!
And he's really Barry.
No!
Twin
No!
brother!
No!
Yes!
No.
Yes!
He's older than Barry.
Your point.
He can't be a twin brother if he's
Okay.
older than him.
Fine. It doesn't have to be a twin. He could be his brother. The first attempt failed.
Anyway, that's talked about in the video, the history of the Reverse Flash.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you can find the history of all the Reverse Flashes and stuff down in the comments below. I'll put a link to Emergency Awesome's video for that. And do you have anything to say?
The Flash comes back tomorrow night.
Yes.
So watch it.
Right. And so on Wednesday you can expect our review of it.
Yes.
It'll be later Wednesday because we have school. So.
Because she doesn't come till later in the day. And I'm there in the morning, so.
So it'll be maybe around 6 or after, depending on how long it takes to upload.
Yeah.
That's Pacific time.
Because we're in California.
Yeah. Dun dun dun. Okay. So. Peace.
Peace.
Keep on believing in the impossible.